Hi everybody, George back with another video. Tonight I'm going to do a response to Richard McCook's 20 Greatest Hits LPs you would take on a desert island with you. He's allowing 1 triple album, then 9 double albums, 10 singles. So my first LP would be James Brown, Greatest Breakbeats it's called. And I got this, I think it came out in about 2005, yep, triple album, and it's got one of my favourite songs, A Man's World, on it. But a lot of other great songs on the album, all his hits. James Brown. Second album would be Bebop Deluxe, and this is a double comp. And this is from 1978. So the first album is a compilation, the 5 albums that Bebop Deluxe made. The second LP here is tracks left over, that's the rest of their 5th and last album, Drastic Plastic. So they brought out in this LP. So it's a fantastic compilation. That's Bill Nelson there, the infamous, or famous for some folk, Bebop Deluxe. Next double album will be Neil Young's Greatest Hits, and this is on 200 grams Classic Records Quiet X vinyl. Another great double LP compilation with all these big songs. There's the insert in here, and a bit of info, all the tracks on it. So that's Neil Young's Greatest Hits year. Can't remember when I got this. Had a while though. Great quality. Great sounding album. Next is for Rob. It's Paul Weller. Modern Classics. Again another double LP. Paul's earlier hits. It's not covering his full. So this came out in 1998, was it? Fantastic. Got his early tracks on it, and what have we got? There is there we go. There's his first 5 albums. First album, self-titled, great. Second album, Wildwood, would be the album to get. If you don't have any Paul Weller albums, it's a fantastic album, Wildwood. I would say his best. This is a live album, Stanley Road and Heavy Soul. That's Paul Weller's Greatest Hits. Next we have The Clash, the story of The Clash, and this is a long time too. Again, got all their main songs, Rock the Casbah's on it, Should I Stay or Should I Go, I Fought the Law, my favourite, A White Man, a Hammersmith Pally. You got a wee poster with this, or a big poster. Where are we? There we go. Clash. Great band. Seen them live, they were fantastic. What's next? Supergrass, Britpop. Just got this recently actually, well, 6 months. Fantastic album. If you're going to play one track or listen to Supergrass, Moving, the single Moving is the one I would listen to. Great album. And it comes with a wee booklet, or a big booklet, 12 by 12. And it shows you all the covers of the singles. When they released them. Great album. Next, this is one for the douche. Johnstown Massacre. Again a double album, and this is Tepid Peppermint Wonderland, a retrospective, volume 1. Great album. Crazy Man. Johnstown Massacre. Next double album. Just got this recently too. This is Bjrk from Edinburgh. Great compilation, and very plain. There's Bjrk there on the insert. Just a Simple Soul. And this this fairly recent compilation was done by Butler from Sweden. Put this comp together. So if I see anything by Bjrk, great folk artist, great guitarist, he's fab. Next, The Doors. Everybody knows The Doors, had this for years too. Again, all our big songs are on it. This is from, can't see in this light. Could be 1985. Anyway, The Doors, the best of. Jim Morrison. Next we have Bjrk. It's greatest hits. Double album. Fantastic. And what Bjrk done here was let the fans pick the tracks for the best of album or greatest hits album. And they left out her biggest hit, Oh So Quiet. Not a fan's favourite, seemingly. So it's only big single that's missing from the album. Fantastic album, Bjrk. From Iceland. Next, first single album was Leon Russell. The best of Leon. And Leon Russell, if you've not heard him, piano player, fantastic. Sounds a wee bit like Dr. John, if you've heard Dr. John. Absolutely brilliant. And here's the insert showing some of his other albums I have. It's a great one. So, Leon Russell, best of Leon, great LP. Next up, Pink Floyd, 6 songs, a collection of great dance songs. That's it. 6 tracks, and we have One of These Days, Money, Sheep, Shine On You, Crazy Diamond, Wish You Were Here, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2. Pink Floyd. Next up, this is quite a special one for me. It's Robert Palmer, and it says promotional use only, not for resale. So this never really hit the market. They eventually done a greatest hits with a different cover. Not sure if it had the same running order, same tracks. But that's the tracks, and Every Kind of People's on it. Johnny and Mary, Addicted to Love, You're in My System, Looking for Clues, and many more. So that's pretty good. I like this one. And similar to that, we've got Gary Newman, Photograph. Tracks here. And this was released in Germany, I think without permission by the record company in Germany. So they had to remove it and delete it. Fantastic cover there of Gary. So this is quite a special one too to have. Not available in the shops ever. Well, maybe for 5 minutes. Next we have Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel. Now this is an American import. I think it was an attempt to try and get Cockney Rebel to break the American market. So I got this in import, which probably sold more in the UK than it did in the States at the time. Like inserts. Anything special, so it's got Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile on it. Mr. Raffles, Sebastian, Mr. Soft, his early hits, Steve Harley, and Cockney Rebel. Next off we have Graham Parker and The Rumour. And Graham was part of the British New Wave scene. You would call it, similar to Elvis Costello, Joe Jackson, that sort of vein. Very talented, didn't sell enough. And the hit on here was, the biggest hit he had was Hold Back the Night. And the B-side of that single was the Jackson song I Want You Back, which is fantastic. And then one of his early singles, Hey Lord, Don't Ask Me Questions. Great album. Mercury Poisonings, also on this, the last track, which is quite an infamous song by Graham Parker. Okay, next one, what do we have? An exploration of Nick Drake, Heaven in a Wildflower. This is quite, I think this comes from about the 80s. And it's a comp, he's 3 albums obviously. I think it was the first comp. It was made, just trying to get a date on it. I can't see that. But it's got all his major songs from the first 3 albums. That's Nick Drake, Heaven in a Wildflower. Fab stuff. Recommended. What do we have next? Oh, Brian Eno, More Blank Than Frank. And this is a compilation of Eno's vocal LPs, which there was 4. He made 4, his first 4 albums, well, 4 vocal albums. Brian Eno made 3 singles. First 2 singles are not on the album, which I thought was a bit strange. But King's Lead Hat for the 4th album is on here. There was an insert with this, but since lost it. Brian Eno, great stuff. Next album, one for John, Talk Talk, Natural History. And again, it's got all their main tracks in it. I think up to 3 will be their first 4 albums. Yeah, there you go. There's an insert. Talk Talk. Natural Hysteria. Next we have, oh, is this the last? Oh, right, 20th album, and something a wee bit different. And we have Dwight Yocum, Just Looking for a Hit. Dwight's an American country artist, and I don't like a lot of country, but if you're going to like one country artist, okay, there's Johnny Cash and a couple others, but Dwight Yocum is the man, for me anyway. Just Looking for a Hit. Just plain insert. It's inner sleeve. Long White Cadillac, Little Ways, Honky Tonk Man, Little Sister, I Sang Dixie, Guitar Cadillacs, Sin City, Streets of Bakerfield. Dwight Yocum. If you want one country album in your collection, get one of Dwight's albums. Fantastic. Okay, Richard. Hope you liked that. Bit rushed, but 20 albums. See you soon. Bye then. Thanks for watching.